Hi, everybody. So yeah, I'm going to build a Jetpack in 5 minutes. So to start with, I go to builder.mozillalabs.com and click this Create Add-on button. And the add-on I'm going to build is one that allows you to select any text on a web page and then translate it from whatever language it's in into English. So I'll start by getting the selection API. And I also want to get the context menu API. I'm going to add a context menu item. And it needs a label, so I'll add that. And it needs a context which specifies under what conditions we should show this. So I want to show it whenever there's a selection on a page. And the last thing is a callback that will get called when someone selects this context menu item. And so what I need to do now is I need to access a API that actually does the translation. I'm going to use the Google API for that. And Google has a URL. It's kind of long. And then I have to pass it a few query parameters here, so it needs to know what version of the API I'm using. That's the only version I know. It needs to know the text I'm actually translating. And then it needs to know what languages to translate. And I want to say from any language to English. So one more thing the Google API requires me to pass is the URL of the page on which I'm doing the translation. So it wants that in the refer header, so I'll add that as well. And for that, I need to access the tabs API and get its active tab. Got to make sure I spell this right, and then its location. So the last thing to do is, of course, when the request completes, I want to do something. And if I was building this add-on for distribution, I would want to check here that the request was actually successful, but in this case, I'll just assume that it is. And I'll set the selected text to the new value, which Google returns to me. And I think, unless I've made a typo here somewhere, that that is my add-on. So why don't we fire it up and see if it is. So I'm just going to save this, and then I'm going to press this test button. Now I don't have to restart my browser. The add-on is actually going to get loaded in. Well, hold your applause until we see if it works. So I'll go to this page, which is written in a foreign language. All right, yeah. Well, this will be handy for the rest of you anyway. So select some text, and then I'm going to context click, and then translate selection. So the key here is that, if I'm a web developer who knows a little bit of JavaScript, I can build an add-on. I don't need to learn a whole bunch of new technologies and do a bunch of packaging steps. And I think that's pretty powerful because it opens add-ons development up to hundreds of thousands of more people than is currently the case.